Good evening, family. It is Thursday, the 8th of February, and we are preparing for a very exciting new moon in Aquarius. So many shifts are happening. It's a very big week. Yes, another big week. So there's a big download coming for you today. Get around, show me your names on the screen. Join me, let's have some fun as we talk about consciousness, awareness, the energy, the astrology, as the music is preparing us. Woohoo! It's gonna be lots of fun. We've got Mercury squaring Jupiter. We've got the new moon in Aquarius squaring Uranus. We've got Mars coming into conjunct Pluto for the first time in our life in Aquarius. We got lots of things are happening. Chiron closing in on the North Node. It's all happening. So epic scenario is unfolding. Join me. Show me your name on the screen. I want to see who is here with me. This is Lazarus Mix, Tulum Temple Trance Mix of 2024. And here I am. Hello. Sun is down. Alright. So, let's see. Let me fix my screens over here. Hey, hello April. Good to have you here with me. Hey, fantastic fun. Hello Simone, welcome. Good. Come on, from wherever you are. Pop out of your holes, pop out of your caves. Show me your names. Join in the fun, join in the party. Don't be a scaredy cat, be a brave lion and lioness. Hello Janeline, shalom Dana. Awesome, good. I need to feel your vibe. Let me feel your vibe so I know I'm not here by myself. A lot of exciting things to share tonight. It's a very big energies coming up. Hello Anna, namaste Bharat, Rukshika, Trishan. Good to have you guys around. Venus trine Uranus have provided the pump today. We had the pump in the markets today as expected. Hello Sweeney Todd, woohoo, party on, yay. Sweeney Todd, very unique name, Aquarian, unique. So, let me fix my windows over here as we are preparing for the download. Big download is coming for you today, baby boy, baby girl. And we're gonna make it, exciting and fun. As much as we can, of course. And so, let's scan the map of the sky. What's happening right now, as you can see on your 3 o'clock. Hello, brother All King, the one and only. Awesome. Sweeney Todd is laughing, that's good. So, Sun is on 19 degrees Aquarius on your 3 o'clock, 1 degree away from the new moon, which is going to happen. Are you ready? Are you ready for the new moon? It comes. Let's go. Everything is kicking in. So, Sun, 19 degrees of Aquarius, 3 o'clock on your chart. Behind that, Mercury, 4 degrees of Aquarius already. Mercury is moving fast, 1.5 degrees a day. Mercury is gonna travel through Aquarius in 2.5 weeks. Boom. So everything got to do with... I'll go into it. Let's scan it first. Pluto 0 degree, 35 minutes, new territory. The moon right now, as we speak, conjunct Mars in Capricorn, 26 degrees. Venus on the 19 degrees Capricorn, still in that trine to Uranus. Then we move ahead and we go into the 7 o'clock and the South Node is in Libra, 17 degree. Juno is involved in the grand trine of Venus and Uranus on the 19 degrees. In Virgo, Juno. And then we go to 12 o'clock, you've got Uranus on the 1909, Jupiter 8 degrees Taurus, both of them, 06. And this is gonna be the big part of the journey from now into April. Jupiter and Uranus are coming into their conjunction in April, on the week of the halving, of Bitcoin halving. Over here at your 1 o'clock, the North Node of the Moon, 1723, Chiron, 1617. They are like 1 degree and 6 minutes apart. They're starting to really become balsamic. Over here 2 o'clock, Neptune 25 degrees, about to move to the 26th degree, and we will never see Neptune in our life again on the 25th degree. That's it. So Neptune is finally moving to the 26th degree. I'm very happy about that because over the last few years Neptune has been squaring by Neptune, and it's been an elusive dream time for sure. Saturn on the 7th degree of Pisces, also exciting. This week Saturn is going to come into the 8th degree, and once Saturn comes to the 8th degree of Pisces, Saturn is also out of his shadow zone into a new territory. Very exciting. And so this is how the chart look like, and I'm gonna do what I've done poorly in the last few live streams, which I'm gonna start with love and gratitude to the Patreon community for your support, for your ongoing participation in the journey here with me. So thank you all very much. And those of you who are watching this and not a part of our community, welcome. And this is where we're gonna talk about the astrology, do it as light-hearted as we can, a bit of fun, a bit of laughter, a bit of joy, a bit of love, vibration, as we talk sometimes about intense energies and sometimes about good energies. Of course, we are channeling this information in an intuitive way, in a very collective way, so some of the information may very much resonate with you, some of it will not, and that's okay, because we are covering the whole spectrum here. So take whatever resonates with you, take it in. Whatever doesn't, leave it for others, which it will resonate with them. And that's how you navigate through this journey with me here tonight. If you want to support me freely, unconditionally, the easiest way to do that is by pressing like on this movie. Give me a thumbs up, give me a like. It's just a click of a button. And for you, it's not much of an effort, but for me, it's really helpful because it helps the algorithms of YouTube pick up on this movie and spread it further out there. So thank you for that. Like, subscribe to our channel. That helps as well. We are nearly at 1100 subscribers. And press on the bell icon so you get notified whenever we do a stream or a show. That's about the YouTube. Like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Also, you can share it with your friends, with your family, whoever is in need of a bit of guidance, a bit of insights to make sense of the crazy show that is reality nowadays. Other than that, sound healing meditation is coming up on Saturday at 3 p.m. For the new moon in Aquarius, which is going to happen at 10:59 a.m. So if you want to join us, it's getting full. There's a few more places left. So if you want to join us, book it in. The booking system link is in the blurb of this movie and all over the social media of Healing Delight. If you need some healing sessions, February is an epic month of healing. So come see me. I would love to help you to break through, to transform, to shift your vibration through energy healing, through sound healing, crystals, oils, lots of goodies. A bit of channeling, information, guidance, all that you need. Come and see me, will be my pleasure. Also on top of that, the sound healing every week we are doing Wednesday 7 p.m. So there is this Saturday 3 p.m. and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Come and join me. Great energy to meditate with and to heal and to shift and to transform. More than that, if you want to receive the new moon sound healing meditation, every month I record it for our Patreon community and I post it on Patreon. So you can join our community on patreon.com/healingdelight and you will get it straight to your headphones. But if you choose not to join our community and still would like to purchase the MP3 download of the recording, which I record on the day, then you could also purchase that as an individual product on patreon.com/healingdelight. That's all about the announcement. Let's get into the juicy stuff now. Brother Robert, hello Brother Robert, mushroom, shaking hands also. Brother Stephen, good to have you again, lots of love to you. And Mansi, namaste, good to have you here again. Jules, beautiful sister, welcome. Awesome, keep on showing me your names. It lifts me up to see who is here with me and to know we're all connected, which is great. But now let's go into the energy. So on Saturday I came at you and I told you about this week energy. I told you that it's going to involve a bit of challenging, uncomfortable energy with the concept of Venus squaring Chiron and Venus squaring the moon nodes. And that was on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And now on today, earlier this morning, if I'll take us there, and we'll start from that by going into today morning. It was around 8 a.m. This will be pretty much exactly around that time. So there we go. Where are you? Yep, you can see, one more minute. There we go. You can see on your 11 o'clock, Venus here on 19 degrees 08 minute of a Capricorn did the exact trine to Uranus, 19 degrees 08 of Taurus. And I told you on Saturday that this is, after a few uncomfortable days, this is suddenly a positive development, an exciting energy. Something suddenly unfolds, something suddenly comes and visits us out of nowhere. So maybe you've met someone today that kind of told you something that could be beneficial. Maybe you got a good phone call, some good news. Maybe you are like us in the crypto market and suddenly you saw the pump. Bitcoin pumped up, the crypto pumped up. And that's kind of a good feeling because Uranus is in Taurus, where our financials are and our assets and our investments. And Uranus is blockchain, cryptocurrency. Venus rules Taurus and she's in Capricorn. So this is a constructive development, positive development for our bags that we are holding on to. So that's a good feeling. I hope you enjoyed that because I did. And the idea is that also they both trine Juno. So you can see on your 9 o'clock is Juno, on your 6 o'clock is Uranus, and on your 11 o'clock is Venus. And at the same time Venus did that trine to Uranus, the moon was conjunct Venus. It was like Capricorn is the place of like serious business, being cool, calm and collected, responsible, mature, growing up, doing the work. So the emotional body is contained, controlled, responsible, structured with Venus. It's an emotional process of our feelings, our relationships, our money, our investment, our job, our livelihood basically. And it's trining Uranus in Taurus, the home of Venus. So this is also where good things could happen there. The involvement of Juno brings the focus into relationships, and it means that you might have a positive development in your relationships. And it doesn't have to be your intimate partner, it could be your friends, your colleagues, your boss, your clients, things that are kind of in your life day by day. So this is very positive and this is still unfolding, which is very exciting. Hello beautiful Jess, welcome. So that's the energy that is happening right now. We are still experiencing that grand earth trine, which is beautiful, embodied, and kind of a nice sweetener after a few challenging, weird few days to even a week of that Venus squaring Chiron and moon nodes. Now, there is a big download today to give you, and it's important that we will kind of understand it on a few dimensions. And so remember that what I told you on Saturday, the entire month of February is all around this North Node and Chiron. The wounded healer is kind of really picking up the wounds, really processing the insecurities, the judgments, the defeated ego, the beaten down ego, the ego that didn't get what it wanted, and life doesn't look how you wanted, and you're not in the best place ever, and you're not feeling great about yourself, and you may feel a bit lacking of motivation or drive, or feeling, misunderstood or ghosted or kind of like rejected. All these kind of things. It's Aries, it's about our ego self. And Chiron there is kind of means that everything about ourselves that is actually not great is really highlighted. And when it comes with the North Node, it's this path of destiny. It's like our soul journey in this lifetime. This the destiny calling and saying we must heal that. We must fix that. We must change that because we don't want to keep on incarnating in this lifetime through the same wounded state. We want to go higher. We want to evolve. We want to become better. And so this is the highlight that is happening in the background throughout all February. And then on top of that, there is other epic alignments. And the other epic alignments are that Pluto just moved to Aquarius like literally less than a month ago, on the 20th of January. And Pluto is on the 0 initiative degree of Aquarius. And it's even more significant because this is the place where Jupiter conjuncts Saturn on the 21st of December 2020. When Jupiter and Saturn conjuncted in December 2020, Jupiter, a big expanded story, learning, growth, expansion, blessings, rewards. Saturn, karmic, patience, due diligence, responsibility, maturity, growing up, growing older, going to the next phase of your life. And both of them meeting on 0 Aquarius was giving us it's almost like when you flick on Netflix, you see the few lines that describe what this movie is about. So that was kind of like the Jupiter conjunct Saturn in December 2020 on 0 Aquarius. Is like, okay, so this Aquarius thing that is going to unfold with Pluto 20 years in Aquarius from now, and it was all kind of from back then, it was like a seed planet. It's like, this is what it's going to be like. This is what this story is about. And so think to yourself in December 2020, what big changes happened in your life that was the seeding, the kind of the beginning of this massive change that is only now receiving very powerful activation. I can tell you in December 2020, that was when my marriage was starting to shake. It was starting to kind of like show signs that is kind of something is not right. And then later on it unfolded throughout everything that unfolded, and now everything is beyond me, and now the new future is starting to kick in and to unfold and to manifest. And so think to yourself what it was for you. Now remember, December 2020, this was the time that we had a gap between lockdowns. This is the time where the juice was introduced. This is the time of like epic kind of the big C unfolded around the world with all the lockdowns, with all the, you know, the big V that was shoved into people. That was a big story that was created back then for the world Aquarius, for the people Aquarius. So now having Pluto there, this is like, Pluto is the root chakra, it's the base chakra, it's that core, it's like that core power, it's that predominant kind of like, it's not power, it's not an external, it's not like you stepping on the gas burning petrol. That's Mars. Pluto is the engine. Pluto is the engine that is actually creating the power. And so when Pluto is here on 0 Aquarius, and it's going to be here for a while, we are initiating the new future of the world, of other people, of ourselves. We're only initiating, but this initiation is a prolonged initiation. It's a long process. Pluto will be here for 20 years. So we are going to get throughout all this year. Pluto is going to travel to the 3rd degree and then come back to the 29th degree throughout all this year. All this year, we're only getting the kind of the basic seed kind of foundation of what the next 20 years is going to be about. So over 20 years, the evolutionary process of Pluto in Aquarius is going to unfold. But in 2024, we are getting the seed, we are getting the initiation. Like the engine is being placed into the spaceship, basically. So that's a big thing. Now, as you can see in your 11 o'clock, we have this game that all the personal planets are coming and checking into Pluto on 0 degree Aquarius. So what is this about? What is this about? What is this about? What is this about? It's kind of like secret meetings. Pluto is like secrecy. It's the underground. It's the underneath the surface. It's the unconscious. It's the deep core issues. It's that deep desires. It's that kind of like Kundalini, kind of like the Kundalini explodes in the crown into the orgasmic moment, but the Kundalini begins in the base chakra. It's when you embody your Kundalini, when you go into an intimate situation with your intimate partner, this is where it begins. So that's Pluto. Then you do whatever you do and you get to the orgasm. That's kind of like the end of it. That's the crown chakra exploding. But the base is like, let's go and make love. I want to bond with you. I want to connect with you. I want to merge with you. That's Pluto. And so first, on the 20th of January, the Sun came and conjuncted Pluto on 0 degree. Now, a few days ago on Sunday, Mercury came and conjuncted Pluto on the 0 degree. Now, this week, Mars is gonna come and conjunct Pluto on the 0 degree on the 14th of Feb. On the 17th of Feb, Venus is gonna come and conjunct Pluto on the 0 degree. Now, the Sun is our soul essence, Mercury is our mind, perception, personal, local environment, how we deal things, bartering, dealing, communicating, internet, bank, letters, forms, signing, agreements, communication. Mars is the actualization, the action, the command, the masculine, the ego, the power, the motivation, the drive, the I want to do this. And Venus is kind of like, this is how I want to feel. I want to feel beautiful, I want to feel happy, I want to feel joyful, I want to feel love, I want to have abundance, I want to buy this, I want to have that. This is kind of like Venus is the decoration of our life. Mars is building the house, Venus is decorating the house. Mercury is planning the house with the architecture, and the sun comes with the sole intention of building a house. And so, yeah, let's start it from the other way. Pluto comes to Aquarius and is like, okay, we need to create a whole new future. We are transforming the future of humanity, of this world, of ourselves. We are evolving to a whole new higher frequency, which is Aquarius, futuristic, innovative, just way out there. So the sun comes and meets Pluto and is like, okay, yes, I want to do this. I want to become this. I want to achieve this. Then Mercury comes to Pluto and is like, okay, so this is the planning, this is the idea. Then Mars comes into Pluto and is like, okay, let's make it happen, let's actualize it. And then Venus comes into Pluto and is like, and just make sure that this is how I want to feel. So this is going to be a big process that is happening with all the personal planets into Pluto throughout the next 2 weeks, while Chiron is coming into the North Node also by the 20th of February. And so all of February is a very massive, epic, juicy, very condensed month with a lot of little Rubik's Cubes moves that bring everything together in a very powerful way that we will experience the benefits of and the results of by the time we get to April. Why April? Don't say it's like, oh, 2 months I have to wait. No, it's gonna happen. Believe me, you're gonna go through so many things every day, every week, every month. It's all happening. But I'm saying by the time we get to April, it's like, fuck yeah, basically. Because on the 9th of April, we're gonna have a new moon solar eclipse in Aries, conjunct Chiron. And that's kind of like the healed state is announced, like boom. There's other important things that are happening on the way there. I'm just giving you a bit of a kind of a bigger picture so you can put things into context and let that be your comfort of knowing that if you are dealing, and you should be dealing right now with discomfort, uncomfortable feelings, thoughts, processes, some underlying issues, some all kind of woundings processes that you are sitting with, and universe is guiding you to sit with and to experience because you really need to get that. So the worst thing you could do right now is put a band-aid and move on. I had a phone call this week from a woman saying, Ami, I need to see you because I'm about to buy a ticket and fly out of Melbourne. I can't take this anymore. And so she did the right thing. She catched herself how subconsciously she wants to escape and get out of here and avoid everything. But then her soul guided her to contact me and to actually bring her to a healing session so she can actually understand what it's about and integrate it properly. And so this is not the time to run away from your shadows, from your wounds, from your uncomfortable energies. This is the time to sit in your gooey, yucky, inner subconscious, unconscious processes. So because that will bring you into that rewarding breakthroughs, healed state, a whole new level. And so keep that in your soul, knowing that whatever uncomfortable situation you are dealing with right now, the last week, 2 weeks, this week, the reward are going to be beautiful. So keep on doing the work and things will get better. Hello, Jody Michelle, you booked for Saturday. Awesome. Yay. Awesome. Hello, D. Lennon, still in Adelaide, I believe. And Sweeney Todd, 9th of April is your birthday. Ooh, yeah, baby. It's going to be a big birthday. And just definitely sitting through it, looking forward to April. Yes, but remember, I'm giving you this kind of process, but don't look into April. Don't look forward to April. Look forward to now. April will come, but look forward to now, because now is the juicy stuff. Now it's where everything is kind of like really, we have this opportunity to really become conscious of unconscious processes within us. It's like we have this ability to go like, this happened to me, and that's my usual way of reacting to it, and this is how I want to react to it, but wait a second. I want to understand this better. Why am I reacting like that to that situation? What does it make me feel? Why does it make me feel like that? How could I possibly change this feeling with a better feeling? how could I possibly relate to other people in a different way that will not necessarily result in the same way I used to do in the past? How could I take this as a lesson for my self-growth rather than take this as another bashing, wounding experience? I want to grow from this. I want to evolve from this. I want to transform from this. Then I'm not going to react. I'm going to sit with that, and I'm going to take myself into a new route of responding and acting in a new way, in a different way that I'm not used to. Because in the past I used to believe that this is how I should be, this is how I should behave, because that's what I believe, that's my value system, that's all the things, but the bottom line, it's based on a wounded state. And so I need to come to a humble place, and all this blurb I'm giving you is a download of the astrology. I need to come to a humble place, and if I even don't want to come to a humble place, the universe is humbling me to come to a place that I don't know everything. I didn't figure it out yet. I don't fully understand myself on a deeper level. I don't fully get myself on a deeper level, and this is for me to get to understand me on a deeper level, to know myself on a deeper level. And so I'm gonna be humble, and I'm not gonna react, and I'm not gonna create a shit show, and I'm going to sit with that and take it and say, no, the other person said that to me, and that my immediate reaction was that I am being ghosted or excluded or rejected or laughed at or gossip or whatever. Now that's an external scenario that is happening from other people towards me. But why am I perceiving that I am ghosted, I am this, I am that? I need to step in for myself, Chiron North Node, and be here for myself, knowing that I know who I am on my core essence value, and I cannot be ghosted if I am seen in the light by me. I cannot be excluded if I am included within me. I am not afraid or worried from what other people may say about me, may think about me. I am still going to be me, but I don't need to force it on other people. I just need to be it. Simone, I've been remembering things from years ago. Yeah. Sweeney Todd, wow, already feeling this process 100% in the past. I react in fight and flight, and it has haunted me ever since. Exactly. So there's many stories I can share with you about this kind of energy, but the main idea is like, be aware of your impulsive urges to explode or react. And now we're going to talk about why the energy of the coming days is going to test us and to propel us basically to create a whole new way of being us. And so this is this morning where the moon conjunct Venus, trined Uranus and Juno. Beautiful, amazing, still happening to this moment. And now bringing the chart to now. So now Venus is on your 3 o'clock here. And so Venus now on the 26th degree, the moon on the 27th degree. So the moon is now ending Capricorn Venus on the 19th Mars. As we started this love stream, the moon is with Mars in Capricorn. So we are really feeling our masculine need to be in control, Capricorn. To be in control of our life, to be in control of situation, to be like the CEO of a company telling the employees what they want them to do. But ultimately bring it to yourself and say, you be in control of your emotions, grow up, mature, be responsible. This is Capricorn, this is karmic, this is the place where you need to grow up and mature and be responsible. And this is what Pluto has been working on throughout all the last 2 years. So it's kind of like, now that Pluto is in Aquarius, it's like, listen, the last 2 years showed you what Pluto needed you to master, and that's done. Now you better act upon what you've learned and don't do some stupid things. And so this is the preparation. The moon, what the moon is doing, the moon came on top of Venus to trine Uranus, is like, here is the positive development, a bit of a sweet pill towards the good things that are coming your way. And then now the moon comes to Mars, is like, okay, now it's going to be intense, and there's going to be some weird unexpected things unfolding, some surprises, and I need you to know that you need to be in control of your emotions, be control of your urges. Yes, just be responsible to your desires, to your strong power of wanting to get into a better life, wanting to get your life in order and be in control. Get that in check. That's what the moon is doing with Mars right now. Then I'll take it a few hours forward, and a few hours forward here. Then there we go. By 1:56 a.m. tonight, the moon here on your 8 o'clock, the moon is conjunct Pluto in Aquarius. Okay? So this kind of like, this is the moon, the emotional body, the feminine goddess of our emotions, but the moon is also ruling like our interactions with other people and how other people makes us feel. This is the moon giving us a kind of a prelude towards that which is coming. She's checking in with Venus, trine Chiron, Uranus, exciting. She's conjuncting Mars. She's like, hey, just be master yourself, master your emotion, master your needs, master your drive, master your ego. Why master your ego is important? Because the ego is wounded. North Node is with Chiron in Aries, the ego. Now, because the North Node is in Aries, so everything is kind of, Mars is really activating the North Node and Chiron, and the North Node and Chiron are really activating Mars. It's kind of like it's all about Mars, but we need to be careful because the ego is experiencing the wounded state. So it's almost like you need to be very mature and very conscious of your unconscious urges, which is Pluto. Pluto is the unconscious, and Mars is the conscious desire and act to do things, to make changes. So it's like you really need to be careful, responsible to your urges, because then when Mars is gonna come and conjunct Pluto, that's a dynamite exploding. That's like a boo. So it's kind of like, let's say Mars, you wanna meet new friends, you wanna meet new people. And it's kind of like, and then Pluto in Aquarius, you wanna relate on a new vibration. You wanna connect with kind of people, with the world in a new way. And then Mars comes to Pluto and like, boom, here's the connection. Here is that thing. It's like the moon and Mars in Capricorn. You want to relate to your partner. You want to connect with your partner. You want to initiate some changes with your partner. Pluto is in Aquarius. You want to take a relationship on a whole new level to a whole new future. But the Capricorn Mars, it's where Pluto was. It's what's no longer working. It's kind of like, this relationship is not working for me the way it is, it's like you make me feel like that, you make me do this, you that, projection galore, everyone's projecting. Aquarius, other people, everyone's projecting everything. Wounded state, Chiron and North Node, it's so easy to project, they did that to me, they said that to me, that's why I'm upset, that's why I'm angry. It's like, no, I chose to be upset, I chose to be angry, why have I done that? Why am I allowing myself to get upset and frustrated and angry? How can I do it better? And how can I look at it differently? How can I change that so my experiences are no longer wounding but healing? And so the moon is doing the preparation now. By 1:56 a.m. the moon conjunct Pluto, and we are feeling something deep is stirring. Now the cool thing is also that when the moon was with Venus on the 19th degree, an hour later when the moon came to the 20th degree, the moon entered its dark moon phase. So we're also now already in a dark moon phase, which is the 2 days before the new moon. And the 2 days before the new moon, the moon is disappearing from our night sky. It's completely kind of dark before she comes into the new light of the new moon. And this is where the meditators, the Buddhist meditators, they always go into deep contemplation because the cycle is ending. It's like the period of the woman. A cycle is shedding, a cycle is ending. And so now we are looking and sitting with the things that we initiated on the new moon in Capricorn a month ago. We had an intention, and then the full moon in Leo came 2 weeks ago. We needed to release that drama, we need to release that scaredy cat, we needed to release that Leo heart kind of center. We need to let go of the drama in our heart and whatever is happening in our heart in order to create space for the new moon in Aquarius, which is the exciting new developments, sudden surprises about our future. And so now we're in these final 2 days with the dark moon phase that is very intense, because the moon is literally traveling into the new moon at the end of Capricorn, on top of Venus, on top of Mars, then on top of Pluto, then on top of Mercury, and then she comes to the Sun on Saturday morning for the new moon. So the feminine emotional body is going through a process from this morning where she visits like the feminine self. Okay, so you want to feel great? Here's a positive development. Good. Now she comes to the masculine as we speak right now, and she's like, okay, so what do you want? How do you want to go about it? Okay, cool. Then she's coming to Pluto tonight when we are asleep, and she goes like, okay, so you really want to change. I get it. Okay, so you want to transform. You want to evolve. I get it. I get you. Then she comes into Mercury tomorrow, and we are really processing it. We are really thinking. We are really communicating. And then she comes into the new moon and is like, okay, listen, son, I've just kind of like closed all the loose ends with all the personal planets, and I got this information from Venus, from Mars, from Pluto, from Mercury, and this is things like we are going in a whole new way. We need to take this to a whole new place. And that's exciting, but there's other things involved as well. And so Moon Pluto is tonight, and then if we go a few more hours forward, then we have the Moon with Mercury happening tomorrow bit of music. Yeah, baby. Come on, make it exciting. So Moon conjunct Mercury is on the 5th degree 51 minutes of Aquarius. That's tomorrow at 10:24 a.m. Tomorrow, business time. Okay, let's talk, let's communicate, let's negotiate, let's kind of figure it out. It's like, okay, we are no longer doing the things the way we used to. We need to come up with a good way. But this is also the dark moon phase. This is the final releasing, the final purging. So we are really processing the feelings that we are feeling out of all this kind of moon process. So this is the moon. At the same time, Saturn is moving 722. Neptune moved to the 26th degree. So that's it. Neptune is not going to be on the 25th degree of Pisces anymore. 26th degree is going to travel all the way to the 29 and then come back to the 26. And so this is also exciting. Chiron and the North Node are literally one degree away. 16, 18, 17, 17. Jupiter moved to the 8th degree of Taurus, and Uranus is slow on the 19th degree the entire month of February. It's only stationed a few weeks ago, yeah? And so now we are watching Mars is really closing in on Pluto on your 12 o'clock, 26 degree. This is tomorrow when the moon is with Mercury. And then we're going to take it forward, and we're going to go into... Oh yeah, the other cool thing is happening, sorry. Where is it? Oh, while Venus trying the Uranus, it's also happening in the background that Mars on the 26th degree is sextiling Neptune. So this is also, let me bring it back to that, will be more kind of to the point. So the moon is with Neptune, with Mars on the 26th degree of Capricorn. On the 26th degree of Capricorn, the moon is with Mars, and they both they sextile Neptune. You see Neptune here. If I'll move it, let's move an hour forward, 2 hours. They already did the exact thing earlier, but here is Neptune on the 6 o'clock 26 degree, and here is Mars on the 26 degree, and that's sextile. And so as the moon is doing that process, coming to the new moon on a dark moon phase, Mars kind of like, remember, it's like, be in control of your urges, don't do anything foolish, don't go to war for no reason, just there's no reason to get into a road rage when you know that it's only gonna kind of cook you on the inside and cause anxiety and stress and anger and frustration and all that. Don't do that to yourself. And the sextile between Mars and Neptune, this is good because Neptune, the sextile is supportive, and Neptune is kind of saying, hey, just have some patience. I know that you want to get out of this shit pond. I know that you want to feel better. I know that you want to make changes. And I know you're not feeling it yet. Have patience. It's coming. Whatever you've been dealing with in the last week or two, The exciting developments are coming, but it's not here yet. So have patience, don't be impulsive. Neptune is soothing Mars, is saying, hey, take care of your spiritual integrity, please. Saturn and Neptune in Pisces, spiritual integrity. Just like have compassion, understand others through compassion, be kind, be caring, realize that not only you are going through this intense energy, but also other people are going through this intense energy. So if someone gives you shit, they may have something really shit happening in their life, and if you're gonna give them shit back, then you're not really making it better. So maybe you can be the better person, maybe you can be the person that actually brings compassion and kindness to the party, and then you are being a true warrior of love and light rather than a fearful warrior. And that's what Neptune is helping us with Mars, which is very good for us. And that's what I wanted to say about that. So now I'm gonna take it to, we're gonna go into the new moon. Okay, so the new moon in Aquarius is happening on the 20, here on your 10 o'clock, 20th degree of Aquarius, 40 minutes. This is on Saturday, 9:57 a.m. is the exact moment of the new moon. So you go to sleep on Friday night with your final releasing, letting go, clearing the surface, cleaning the house for the new party of the new moon. You wake up on Saturday, and you wake up and you put a smile on your face, and you bring in the exciting energy in, even if you don't feel it. And you go, new beginning, new moon, new lunar cycle, exciting surprises, developments, and it's also the new Chinese Year of the Dragon. So by saying that, I'm going to leave you with that statement, as I have to go suddenly to the toilet. Suddenly, unexpectedly, surprise, my bladder is saying, excuse me, can you please let me go? So I'm gonna have to let you enjoy the music while I go for a second to the toilet. Thank you very much, be back soon. Honey, I'm back. Okay, here we go, back. So this is the chart for the new moon in Aquarius, and what can we see? Oh, one moment back. Why one moment back? Because what's happening tonight? Where is it? Tonight, as we do this love stream, it's happening exactly okay, here we go. As we do this love stream, towards the end of the live stream at 9:41 p.m. here on your 4 o'clock, the sun is on 19 degrees 9 minutes of Aquarius, and the sun is squaring Uranus. So here comes the challenge. A square is the challenge, it's the friction. But it's not a challenge or a friction to kind of like make our life harder for no reason. It's coming for us to find a creative solutions. Like through the friction comes the creative solutions. Now, we are dealing with Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. So the sun is in Aquarius, highlighting Aquarius energy, and Uranus, the ruler of Aquarius, is squaring the sun in Aquarius. And so we can take the archetype of Uranus and Aquarius and bring it to the max. And what is this max, Aquarius? Electricity. Sudden, unexpected, surprise, shock, trauma. Could be earthquakes. Taurus is Mother Nature. It's finance, it's economy, it's national security, it's the defense forces, the armies, the police. It's your resources, it's your values, our value system. And so there's a big process happening with the value system, because Jupiter comes together with Uranus in April for a whole new transformation of our value system, Taurus. And so the value system that we are living and operating by until now is based on a certain wounded state of ourselves, which Chiron and North Node are coming to highlight for us. So we will be forced that this value don't work for you anymore. Change the value. Hello, Kali Rasta. Hello, Nicole. Good to have you joining us. So the Sun is squaring Uranus. Sudden, unexpected, shocking surprises. Could be a trauma shocking. Could be amazing shocking, could be that you hear something through this love stream. Here I am as the other people coming to you through electronic, through love stream, which is the Uranus Aquarius, and I'm channeling to you information from beyond time and space, Uranus Aquarius, from higher perspective, higher knowledge, and to raise your frequency, to raise your vibrations. These are all keywords of Uranus Aquarius. And suddenly out of this information there is one thing that I say that I didn't expect saying, you didn't expect hearing, but suddenly it clicks and it creates an epiphany, an understanding, a realization. Suddenly the light goes on. Oh my God, I know what it's about now. Oh my God, I see it now. Oh my God, I understand this now. So it could be good as well, that through this challenge, this kind of like breakthrough happening, breakthrough is happening, but there's a challenge, and it doesn't necessarily need to happen tonight. Tonight, right now, is the square between the Sun and Uranus, and then on Saturday morning, the new moon in Aquarius ruled by Uranus is happening, and that's when we really get into feel, what is this Aquarius about? With a new moon in Aquarius, it's the first time in our life we're having a new moon in Aquarius with Pluto in Aquarius. Another cool fact, it's the second new moon consecutive with Aquarius. Last month we had new moon in Capricorn with Pluto in Capricorn, so with Pluto. Last month, a month ago, new moon in Capricorn with Pluto in Capricorn. This month, a new moon in Aquarius with Pluto in Aquarius. This by itself, it's fascinating because we're having this in between worlds. We are in the bridge between worlds, between timelines. And so kind of like the new moon in Capricorn shines the light into that which is ending last month. Now comes the new moon in Aquarius with Pluto in Aquarius is shining the light into what is birthing, what is starting. But on the way there, the moon is going through all the personal planets and the Sun is squaring Uranus. So here comes the challenge. We are feeling it, we are embodying it through the moon, traveling through Venus, Mars, Pluto, Mercury. And we are also feeling it because the Sun is squaring Uranus. There is that friction, there is that sudden things happening. So it could be in the economy, it could be in finance, it could be in national security, it could be in resources, in agriculture, it could be in our value system, it could be in relationships, it could be with our money, it could be with our jobs, it could be in all the Taurus Venus archetypes. Important to remember, there is a very confusing map here, so the main guidance I will give you is like, sit with things, because everything is very wishy-washy. Venus is ruling Libra where the South Node is, so it's kind of like that's not the way to do it anymore. Venus in Capricorn is trying to be in control, to control things the way she used to run her business the way she used to run her health regime and her well-being and her structure of her life, and to have sex in the same way and to relate in the same way and to love in the same way, but it's not working anymore. There's glitches. The South Node is kind of like in Libra. Stop being the judge. Venus is kind of like almost like a control freak woman that is judging everyone for not making her happy. You are not smelling good, I don't love you anymore. You are too boring, I don't love you anymore. You are too safe for me. You know, it's nice to be with a safe man, but it's too safe for me, it's boring. I need to get out of here. And so it's kind of like, don't jump on anything. You might create a tower card, kind of tarot card in your life. Because Venus South Node is kind of like, that's the old way is kind of coming up for you to recognize it and to kind of like move on from that. While on the other side, the North Node is in Aries ruled by Mars, and Mars is coming to Pluto, and it's kind of like, and the North Node is with Chiron, so the ego self is also kind of like under the influence of the wounds, of the insecurity, of the false wounded sense of self. So we are in between worlds. We're in between this old self that is falling apart and kind of crumbling, and the old world that is crumbling, and the new world that is emerging, but it's not here yet. It's only emerging. It's only sprouting. It's only kind of like the beginning. So we don't fully feel it yet. We don't fully experience it or embody it yet. We are in that in between. That's why the picture I chose for this love stream was that couple sitting on that bridge of the universe, watching the earth transform. So it's kind of like, you know, it's like, just why is that man and woman hugging on that bridge? It's kind of like, just, you know, remember love. Is kind of like, as you watch the world transform, as you watch your old world kind of burning down and falling apart, and the new world is emerging, just kind of like, you know, be loving and be kind and be compassionate, mainly to yourself because you were going through a lot, but also to others because others are also going through a lot. And so avoid shit fights, avoid shit ball, avoid kind of throwing everything up the air. It's like, I'm done, I'm going out of here because I'm not happy, and that will be against your benefit. Basically, that will not be good for you, because right now our decision makings are a bit kind of like influenced by a lot of weird things. So sit with things and see why you feel it, why you want to do certain things, what you're initiating, what are you afraid of initiating that you really need to initiate, and what are you initiating blindly that you shouldn't really initiate. So it's kind of like a wishy-washy of few things together. So this is the exact square of the Sun to Uranus at 9:41 p.m. tonight, and this is the preparation for the new moon, because the new moon is going to happen on the 20 degree and 40 minutes. So the Sun is on. It's going to be like, it's going to be after the exact square on the new moon, but it's still going to be there. And so the moon is going to come and join the Sun on the 20th degree 40 minutes, while Uranus stay on the 1909. So it's going to be like a degree and 31 minutes after the exact square, which is happening tonight. So today, tonight, tomorrow, it's all giving you the flavors and the signs and the hints of the process which is going to be initiated on the new moon. Okay? Take this for a moment. Just keep on doing the walk. Keep on doing the walk, baby. The healing of your soul is your utmost important asset to own right now. It's all about the healing of our soul. We are healing on a very deep level, and that is the goal right now, that everything else is serving. Okay? So this is tonight, this square, and now I'm gonna go into the new moon, which is on Saturday at 10:57 a.m. Oh, by the way, what's cool about this energy, manifestation reality? Just give you a few angles. Mercury conjunct Pluto on a 0 degree Aquarius on Sunday night. What happened? The journalist Tucker, the American journalist Tucker, who is now an independent Aquarian, independent journalist, did something that is rebellious against the government and the authority of America, and went by himself, sponsored by himself. This is Uranus in Taurus. His own assets, his own kind of money, its own kind of resources. He invested in his own need to be a journalist that is kind of a rebel and doesn't care about what anyone else says. And he went to Russia to interview Putin, and that interview was recorded on the night of Mercury conjunct Pluto in 0 degree Aquarius. Deep insights, secrets, information coming up about the power struggles, about the hidden, about the underlying things that we, the Western world, didn't hear from Putin yet. So it's interesting, it was recorded on the energy of Mercury conjunct Pluto, and today, as the Sun is squaring Uranus, this interview has been released. It's now being watched by people all over the world. And that might be shockingly surprising for the people of the world, because they might hear things that they didn't know or they didn't expect to hear from Putin. I haven't watched it myself yet, so I don't know what's been said there, but it's gonna be juicy for sure. Another thing, Mercury Pluto, on that day the Google virtual reality goggles came out, And since then you've seen pictures on social media of people sitting in McDonald's eating together around the table, but each one of them is with this goggle doing something with their own computers, whatever. People sitting in their Tesla Cybertruck driving hands-free on automatic driving while they with the goggles on them, kind of watching content, whatever. And we're seeing people in the streets, walking the streets with them, because the idea of that goggle is that you can still see your daily vision, your reality vision, and then on top of that there is a layer of a screen of the computer or whatever you're using as a technology. So this is also like Aquarius, high-tech, innovation, technology, futuristic reality, Pluto, a new innovation, evolution, and Mercury, the technology, the way they see, the way they communicate, the way they deal in their local environment. Very cool. The other thing on that energy, Powell of the Financial World of America was interviewed in 60 Minutes and basically said that the debt spiral of America is basically, it's not a good sign for what's coming up in the future. So that was a big statement. And what else was initiated there? El Salvador president won the elections in a massive kind of like 87%, I think it was. And El Salvador is the country of Bitcoin, so that's again Aquarius. What else happened? China stock markets crashed badly. China is now said that they're going to print a lot of money, which will ultimately go into the stocks, into the crypto, into all kind of things. America is printing money, everyone's printing money, but that kind of crash of the Mercury financial market, stock market of China was quite an interesting unfolding in that regards. And of course there's other more interesting things that are coming up. What will happen now? Anything can happen. The idea is that if you think you know what's going to happen, you already missed out the point. The whole idea with Aquarius and Uranus is that it's the sudden unexpected. You think that will happen and that will happen. And so, keep that in mind, that the general guidance of energy of Aquarius and Uranus is be flexible. Just something happen, don't get shocked. Okay, you might be shocked for a moment, but then get out of the shock state and just be the maverick. Find a solution. Innovate things. Try different things. Okay, you went for a drive and you got a flat tire. Oh, what a bummer, what a shock. Pick a phone call. Sorry guys, I'm gonna be late. I have a flat tire. But I never changed the flat tire. Well, guess what? Maybe now it's a good time to try. But I don't know how. What about Googling on YouTube how to change a flat tire? And then you watch on YouTube how to change a flat tire, and you go to a flat tire and you change it, and it's like, oh my god, I managed to change a flat tire. I never did that before. Wow, amazing. For example. Can be different things, right? So just be flexible, but also Aquarius and Uranus is electricity. And so think that, when you have the electric grid, sometimes you see in the electric poles in the street, there is a cable that runs to the ground. And what this is about, it's about grounding the electricity into the earth. In case there is a kind of a high charge upsurge in the electric grid, like let's say a lightning strikes the electric tower and suddenly shoots a massive kind of electricity through the cable, the grounding cable is taking that excess electricity and grounding it into the earth. Otherwise, the electric towers will just blow up and explode and there will be a blackout. So the same thing with Uranus and Aquarius. If you will allow the shocks and the surprises and the unexpected energies that come into your life, they visit you, you are experiencing it, but you are surrendering and you are flowing and you are flexible and you allow it to happen, then it will run through you and it will move. But if you kind of go like, oh my god, I'm in shock, I can't believe it, I don't know, what you're doing is basically this energy came into your life and you don't allow it to move, and it fries you from the inside, and then that's what caused the shadow of Uranus Aquarius, which is nervous system, hyper, kind of anxiety, trauma, shocks, kind of like fried. So that's why just kind of like, be flexible. and drink lots of water and be grounded and expect the unexpected and just kind of like Jack in the box. Oh my God, I wasn't. You scared me for a moment, but okay, I'm okay now. Whew, okay, how do I ground? How do I stabilize? How do I kind of allow this? The main thing is like breath. Breath moves the energy. So, you know, when you have shock or trauma, you go like, and you don't breathe. And then your energy is kind of like stuck. Instead of just going like, breathe, breathe, everything's gonna be okay. Just everything's okay. So that's the insight about that. So if we take the chart of the new moon, I'm gonna take it. There we go. So as you can see, on your 10 o'clock, the moon and the sun, 20th degree, 40 minutes of Aquarius, is squaring Uranus on the 1910 of Taurus. So that means that this entire lunar cycle, not just this weekend, it's the tone of the lunar cycle. It means that this lunar cycle of the next 4 weeks, it's gonna be surprising. It's gonna bring some shocks, it's gonna bring some sudden unexpected unfolding events, changes, people, interactions, encounters, and just allow yourself to be flexible. Allow yourself to innovate yourself, be the maverick, and just kind of just go with it and allow yourself to go higher, to a higher vibration. Now, it's a new moon, so it's a new beginning and it's exciting. It doesn't have to be bad, right? Because if you walk with the energy properly, consciously, aware of all these dynamics, then you can have those positive effects. It's like sudden, unexpected, awesome surprises, positive developments. You are single and you know the full moon in Leo told you, look, you have to let go of this drama in your heart from the past. You have to open up your heart again and just be you, be who you are. And then Aquarius opposition to Leo is kind of like, be who you are. It doesn't matter if some people judge you. It doesn't mean if some people gossip about you, if some people don't like you. It doesn't matter. You just be who you are and don't let their drama come and become your drama. You just be authentic you, live from your heart consciousness. That was the full moon in Leo 2 weeks ago. Now comes this new moon in Aquarius and you're doing this process and you're really letting go of your wounds. You're really kind of doing that deep process, reflection, contemplation about everything that happened to you, the big story that started from December 2020 till now. And also the fact that Saturn is closing in his shadow zone. Saturn was here in June, July of 2023, last year. And so whatever was starting to unfold in May, June of 2023, it kind of like things happened, but then since then Saturn retrograded back, and only now Saturn is coming to the 8th degree, which is going to leave his shadow, and only now these kind of developments are going to happen of things you're initiating in June. So, you know, it's kind of like good things are coming. So just patience, Saturn, patience. Things are coming. Now, the other interesting aspect on this new moon is that Mercury on the 7th degree 25 minutes of Aquarius is beginning to square Jupiter on the 8th degrees 18 minutes of Taurus. Mercury moves a degree and a half a day, so a few hours after this new moon, it's already the exact square. And that's another interesting spice. Why? Because Mercury is the lower octave of Jupiter and Jupiter is the higher octave of Mercury. Mercury is my left brain, analytical, defining, analyzing, deciding, labeling mind. Jupiter is the philosophical. It's the higher knowledge, it's the natural law, it's the cosmic information, the cosmic knowledge, and the values. Jupiter represents our values, our philosophy. Now Jupiter is in Taurus, the home of values. And so Jupiter in Taurus is saying it's time to expand our values to a much bigger place. The values we lived by until now, they have done their service, but we now come into a place where there's shifts of energy that we are all expanding into a whole new level. And so we can't go to this new level of our self-evolution and the world with the same old, outdated value system. And that's what's being challenged right now. It's our values that are being challenged. How do we value people? How do we value our relationship? How do we value our job? How do we value what we pursue? Our desires, our motivation, our drive, all these personal archetypes, we are valuing them and evaluating them in a certain way, and it's all coming to friction with the North Node Chiron that is like, it was good, but it's not as good as it can be because it's still based on a certain wounded state. So it's time to let that go, and it's time to raise our values and to expand our values. And this process of the values transformation will come into that shift of gear when Jupiter will conjunct Uranus in the middle of April. So April is a massive month of the breakthroughs, and we are now kind of really doing the kind of fixing stuff, transforming stuff, changing stuff. So in April we can have that boom. But we're gonna start feeling it from this new moon. All planets are direct, but we haven't fully felt it yet. Pluto moved to Aquarius and we haven't fully felt it yet, but now we are starting. Because now all the personal planets crossing through Pluto, and the new moon in Aquarius is initiating this new energy. And now the next 2 months, Chiron conjunct the North Node, Jupiter comes to Uranus, a lot of things happening, and also eclipse season is coming in April, end of March, April. So there's a lot of changes coming down the pipeline, so they do the work. But now the square between Mercury and Jupiter is that conflict, the conflict of values. Mercury in Aquarius, other people value this and you value other people like that. And that creates a friction with your value system because you don't feel valued by the other people, or you don't value the other people in your life. And so this with the new moon in Aquarius is kind of like, hey, look at that. It's kind of like, you know, is it really helping you that you are excluding yourself from the world and from going interacting with people because you believe that other people are like that and relationships are like that, and like, let's say you got severely wounded in the past from relationships, and you kind of became a bit of a hermit. You kind of excluded yourself from people, and the full moon in Leo says like it's time to let go of that drama. And now comes the new moon in Aquarius and saying it's time to connect with people. It's time to accept people for being different, quirky, weird, and just different than you. Even your intimate partner. You want your partner to be what you want them to be, but they cannot be what you want them to be because they are who they are. And you judge the relationship and maybe disqualify the relationship, although it's good, because they just don't fulfill what you want them to fulfill. You watch fashion show, but your partner doesn't like fashion, and you always wanted your partner to watch fashion with you, but they don't like to watch fashion, and that's a cause of friction. So as the partner's like, maybe just, do your partner a favor and sit and watch with them a fashion show one time just to try something new, and guess what? You might even like it. You might enjoy it because you're actually spending time with your beloved, and that fashion show just suddenly gives you a new understanding and knowledge about fashion. On the other hand, if you love fashion and your partner doesn't love fashion, just take a chill pill, enjoy your fashion, and let your partner not love fashion. It's like, if you're really into crypto but your partner is not into crypto, it doesn't mean that you're not supposed to be together. It just means that you both value things differently and you're both valued for being different. And so you meet different people that let's say you're going out on this weekend or this coming week, and you meet people that you never kind of connected with before, but you under this guidance and this awareness, you go, you know what, I'm just gonna go with it. I'm gonna try new things. I'm gonna try new people. Someone calls you and says, hey, you wanna come with us to a musical? And you're not really into musicals. You never went to musicals. And usually you'll say like, no, sorry, it's not my thing. But that's not what the energy is saying. The energy is saying try new things, go to new places, meet new people, take yourself to a new way of thinking, new values. This is the time to experiment. To Aquarius and Uranus, experiment. If you want to break free from the mold of the past because it's wounded and it's not suitable for you anymore, you need to push yourself beyond your boundaries to try new things. So maybe you go to that musical instead of doing, like, no, it's alright, I'll just stay home. Then you stay home and you're alone and you know that they're in the musical having fun, and then you're shitting yourself for being lonely in your home where you can have fun. Instead, just say, you know what? It's not really my thing, but I'm gonna give it a shot. And you go to that musical and you allow yourself to experience it rather than like going with kind of a negative bias. And you sit in that musical and you actually enjoy it and you're having a blast. And you're sitting next to people who are hilarious and funny and you're laughing with them all that time, and then afterwards you actually change phone numbers and you decide to be kind of in contact, and then you meet them again, and you never thought you'd get along with this kind of people, but by getting along with this kind of people, it reveals to you a new vibration of yourself that you couldn't discover if you wouldn't have allowed yourself to interact with this kind of people. And so, you never thought that you will do a sales job because you always loved being a hands-on gardener. But suddenly someone told you, hey, listen, my business is really booming and, I could really use another hand. Would you mind coming and help me with kind of sales? Just give it a try. It's like, oh, look, sales is not my thing. No, you're doing the wounded sea. You're not allowing yourself to develop. Instead, say, you know what? Usually I don't like sales and I've never done it before, but I'll give it a shot. I'll come and help you out. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And you go into that sales job and you're having a blast. And you're learning a whole new skill and a whole new capacity of yourself that you never thought you'll fit in. And you fit in and you actually discover a new essence of yourself there. So that's kind of this energy. Aquarius, Uranus, internet. You interact with someone online, maybe on a dating site, maybe on your Instagram, maybe on your Facebook. They send you suddenly a message out of nowhere. It's like, hey, how you doing? How you doing? And you're like, oh my God, this is interesting. And you look into that person and you see what kind of person they are. And it's not your usual type, but something is kind of triggering you. And you go like, you know what? I'm going to give it a try. Let's see. So you go on a date with them. And they're very different to people you dated in the past, but you allow yourself to be flexible, non-judgmental, accepting the fact that they're very different to what you're used to, but you just go with it. You allow it to be an experience. And suddenly through that you get epiphanies, you get realizations, and you also might get kind of excited, maybe exciting connection. Giving you a few examples. Crypto market. We are like 69, 75 max days away from the halving. This is it, people. If you're not jumping on board of Bitcoin, it's like, I don't know what to tell you. It's gonna be the most exciting bull run we ever had. We're gonna have billions of dollars are pouring into the market. Bitcoin is now moving sideways, up and down. And right now, today, there was a pump. So we might pump now to the 50, 53 or 56. I don't know. I'm just saying hypothetical scenario. We might pump up. Let's bring it up if I'm already talking crypto, because when we're talking Aquarius and when we're talking Uranus in Taurus, we are talking cryptocurrency, we are talking blockchain. So, this is why. So now I'm going to bring the chart into you. There we go. So here is the chart, this is the weekly chart of Bitcoin, and let me move these lines that we did in the past, last week when we spoke about it. So you see how this correction didn't go all the way down here, it just went here, and now we're having this, and it's possible. I'll make a new line, and you see this candle came exactly to the line we marked months ago here. Now the next line is around here, right? It's around here, 53,000. Why? Because we have this candle here, we have this candle here, we have these candles here, we have this candle here, we have these candles here. This is like 51,000 to 53,000. It's a potential, but ultimately it could even go all the way up to here, right? To this area of the 58, 56, maybe here around 55. So we could go up from anywhere between 50, which was our previous top. So what happened usually is like, this is how to understand it. Bitcoin crashed all the way down, and then it went, but it bashed against this resistance because there was support which became resistance here, support became resistance here, support became resistance here. So we fell below it, we bashed against it, we went down to gain momentum, and then we burst through that. So it's energy wave, okay? Wave went down and the energy wants to come up, but it's being held back, suppression, delays. Then it breaks through in a volatile way, and it comes and it came all the way up to here, which is here, where it stopped here. This is here, resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance, support. And from here, it went down. You can see it went down here, okay? So it went down. If I take this line to where it went down, it kind of like it pushed against the limit, and then it came down to that which it was the resistance before. When we came up, it was the resistance, but it broke through this resistance, and now it landed on that. It landed on this line, because now that the old resistance, now it became support. Which, in other words, in another metaphor, this used to be the ceiling, and we broke through the ceiling, and now the ceiling of the first floor became the floor of the second floor. Okay, so now it's possible that we've come and we've landed on this thing, and it's possible that now we're gonna travel up to the next area of resistance and support. Okay, and then basically the halving is coming. Where are we? The halving is coming around here. This is what the halving is, okay? This white line is what the halving is. And so it's possible that we'll do this, and then maybe we'll do that, come back again to test it, and then maybe we'll do that. And this is all hypothetical. Nobody knows what Bitcoin is going to do. It's going to do whatever he wants to do. But the bottom line is that until the halving, we're pretty much going to be in this zone. We may go up and then land down. We may go down and then come up. But it's going to be around this zone based on past cycles. And then we're going to start taking off of the new bull run, which is around like a year and a half bull run. Okay. Now the next bull run is going to be very beautiful. Right? It's going to be very, very beautiful. I think that the next bull run is going to, let's say this is 20, we are in now 24, 25, let's take it to kind of middle 25, so it could go anywhere, right? But let's take this Fibonacci sequence, the 2.618, which is around 175,000, okay? For example, that's gonna be exciting, right? So this is, for example, one potential, right? But you don't know. Bitcoin may say, sorry guys, you can keep on waiting for me, but I'm going up, and maybe I'll do like a small correction on the way here in halving, but then I'm gonna still go up. So we never know. That's why dollar cost average, you just buy every week, you buy a bit, and this is not a financial advice, this is just a general guidance of how to invest in Bitcoin. You don't wait for a specific price, because if you bought here, and 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 if you bought here, people who bought in 2018-19 down and up and down and up and down and up and down and up, they are still in massive profits, because look where we are now. So the same thing, this will look as tiny as this in 2 years. Okay, this will look like that as well in 2 years, right? There you go. Okay, so think like this is how small it will look like. Because in 2 years from now, the new peak is going to be, let's say, even that, right? Let's say the new peak is going to be here at around $280,000, $300,000, okay? So when the new peak is going to be here, this massive chart will look as small as this. So that's a general thing. So Bitcoin has been pumping, Theta has been pumping. There's so much going on with Theta. I'm posting it in the chat room if you're interested. But that's about the crypto. And now, if I'm already on this window, let's talk about the Chinese New Year of the Dragon. And so The dragon year was like 2012, the end of the war, the end of the Mayan calendar was the last time. So it's interesting that here we are 12 years later since the end of the Mayan calendar. And here's the dragon, the wood dragon is coming up. The previous year is 2000, when we had the .com kind of thing, when everything was, the world is coming to end as well back then, the internet, because of the 000. 1988, also big year, lots of things happened there. 1976, 1964, 1952. So if you're born in those years, the Chinese astrology is coming back for you. It's a cycle. So good word, this is the tradition, but now going to the meaning. Year of the Dragon. In Chinese culture, the dragon is majestic and powerful. They could lead the world due to their dominant nature and ambitious spirit. The emperor of ancient China often regarded himself as the dragon, the son of the heaven, gifted with innate courage, tenacity, and intelligence. Dragons are usually enthusiastic and confident. They are not afraid of challenges and willing to take risks. They strive to break away from the traditional norm and pave the way for a brighter future. This, in a nutshell, is Uranus in Taurus, Pluto in Aquarius, and basically this new moon in Aquarius, okay? Innate courage, Pluto conjunct Mars. Tenacity and intelligence, Mercury square Jupiter and Aquarius and Uranus. Enthusiastic and confident. This is Chiron North Node. It's time to be enthusiastic and confident and leave that wounded self behind. Not afraid of challenges and willing to take risks. This is Uranus and Aquarius. Strive to break away from traditional norms. This is Jupiter conjunct Uranus in Taurus this year. Pave the way for a brighter future. Aquarius Uranus. This is amazing. Very, very, very in alignment with the other astrology. So the wood dragon is 1964, people born there, and 2024. Introvert, less enthusiastic, and lacking in good relationships. So those might be the shadowy things to deal with, which we can see that that's represented by Chiron, being introverted, not enthusiastic, lacking of good relationship. If you're not going to dare to connect with people on a new level, to get out there and try good things, then yes, you will find yourself lonely, introverted, isolated. Pluto in Aquarius, which is not gonna feel great. What else is here? All this animation. So dragons, lucky color. Okay. Dragons believed to offend the god of age in Chinese. You may face certain restrictions and difficulties due to a clash with Tai Sui energy. You're advised to be more careful about all aspects of your life in 2024. You are advised to be more careful about all of your aspects of your life in 2024. It's better for you to pay special attention to competition in the workplace and remain diligent and dedicated. Besides, take good care of your body. Red and purple are the colors that will bring luck and avoid troubles for the dragon. And that's it. You can always go and Google and read some more. Lucky numbers, lucky days, all kind of lucky, go lucky. And yeah, so we're coming into a new bull run in the Chinese dragon year of fire and confidence and take the risks and things like that. It's gonna be a very exciting bull run for crypto and Bitcoin for sure. So back into the chart of the new moon, the conjunction of the moon and the sun square Uranus, surprises, time to break through, time to evolve, change new things. Expect the unexpected. When sudden surprises happen to you, just be flexible, walk with it, innovate yourself and the way you interact with other people. Don't interact from a wounded state, interact from a healed state. Don't react best on the way you used to react, but try to understand that the way you used to react is outdated and the structure of your value system need to transform and evolve. What's the problem with the values? That's going to be highlighted to us through the Mercury square Jupiter. What you think about other people, how you think about other people, what you think about the world, what you think about the future. This is what is challenged by Jupiter and vice versa, your values in Taurus. So it's kind of like the way you think about people is challenging your value system. Your value system are challenging the way you think about other people. And it's time to really kind of be more flexible and raise the bar of your values and allow yourself to accept other people for being who they are as you want to be accepted by other people for being who you are. I'll give you an example. Soccer. Soccer is it's an interesting thing. You go into a soccer club with your child and the parents have all these egos and all these things, and there's like who is connected to who there's all these dynamics and politics, and I don't give a shit about those things basically. So I come as this Uranus in Taurus. I know who I am. I'm not here for you to like me or not like me, to approve of me or not approve of me. I'm here for my son. That's what I'm here for. And you come into a new academy, into a new club, and there's the clique of the parents that has been here last year, and they're connected to the coach, and they're connected to the manager, and they have their own kind of vibration, their own way. And you come as the outsider, I come as the outsider, and I just put myself out there, ask the question, I say this, and the manager says that to me, and the manager says that to me, and I was like, today I just said, heads up, Sunday we have a match, and it's gonna be 32 degrees. I got a comment, Amos, we are aware of the temperature, you don't need to say it to us. I was thinking, what the fuck is your problem? I just said the temperature. Maybe some parents don't know. They bring some hats, some water for their kids. What's the fucking problem? But obviously it triggered something in him, and I could have been triggered and say like, what the fuck is your problem? But instead I was like, you know what? Cool, thanks for letting me know. I will not share it anymore. Now I left him in the spotlight of being like out of line, because what the fuck is your problem? We just said the temperature. So his reaction was something is like, oh, all good. It's just like it's always good to have a weatherman. He tried to kind of polish that. So what I'm trying to say is like, realize that other people, they may kind of react to us because they don't know who we are. They don't understand who we are. We might be weird. We might be different to what they used to. But it doesn't mean that we need to shrink who we are. We can still embody who we are. We can still be who we are, but we don't need to do it in a way that creates friction and kind of like rub the other person like in a bad way. We can just go like, okay, this person is very different to me. This vibration is very different to me. I can pick up the irritation. I can pick up the kind of thing, and I'm not going to play into that game. I'm going to be that Neptune sextile Mars. I'm gonna be that kind, no worries, compassionate, understanding. So that's kind of an example for example. So Mercury square Jupiter, a new moon in Aquarius. It's time to start a new beginning and to raise the frequency higher, to look at the world in a new way, to look at people in a new way, allowing ourselves to connect with people in a new way, and understanding that it is ultimately our inner wounding that designed our value system, and the value system is limiting us from being able to progress and evolve and expand. And so all that is reversing into, after you realize that your value system is based on your wounded state that is no longer needed and need to be released in order for your life to expand and transform to a whole new frequency of a whole new life. So it starts by allow your value system to change. Allow your definition of what you value in people and how you value people and how you value relationships, allow that to change. By being in that self-inquiring, contemplating, reflecting place that you don't know at all, you need to be humble and realize that some things that you have created are fucked up because something in you is fucked up, and you are here to unfuck the fuckery, basically. So let the value system change, allow yourself to connect with people, don't be judgmental, don't be kind of like criticizing, shit fights, just walk with other people in a new way. You are capable, you have a lot of capacity to change and to try new things and to evolve and all these things. Hello, Shalom Ima, I love you. And so that's the aspect of the Mercury square Jupiter. And the other thing that is happening in the background of this new moon is that Mars is now 27 degree Capricorn, coming to the end. Venus already on the 21, and North Chiron are closing in. So that's kind of the drama keep on going. Now, another cool thing for you to know into the future. So now, let's take it to the next thing that is happening, that Mars is gonna come and conjunct So this is Sunday, and on Sunday the moon comes to Pisces, and here we have like a bit more ease, a bit more flow, a bit more sensitive, a bit more compassion. We can understand, and the moon conjunct Saturn exactly at on Sunday at 12:45 p.m. in the afternoon. The moon conjunct Saturn, as Saturn is about to end its shadow, and the moon is coming from this new moon in Aquarius. So it's kind of like, here is that need to be a bit more flowy, a bit more compassionate, spiritual integrity, more responsible. Be responsible. Saturn, be responsible. The moon comes from, in Capricorn, the moon passed through Venus, Mars, that is yesterday and today, this today energy. So today emotional process is that, hint, and the moon passes through Venus and through Mars and then through Pluto and through Mercury. She comes to the new moon, meet with the sun, and now the new moon begins, the new cycle begins, and the moon comes into Pisces, the ruler of Capricorn, when Mars is getting edgy. On Sunday afternoon, Mars is on the 28th degree of Capricorn, and it's really feeling Pluto. It's only 2 degrees away, so this is intensifying, and Capricorn is control, okay? So you need to be in control of, you need to control. You need to be in control of your ego, driven. I want to get there, I want to do this, I'm short, I'm kind of like electricity, I'm nervous, I'm anxious, I'm impatient, because I want that change to happen, I want good things to happen, and you are in my way. And so this is kind of like Mars at the end of Capricorn. Remember, Capricorn is that self-mastery, responsibility, karma, maturity. Be the bigger person, own your power, own your urges, own your desires, and pursue them in a constructive, responsible way. And so the moon with Saturn is gonna help that, because the moon is coming to Saturn. It's kind of like, okay, let's just regulate, let's structure our emotional body, let's be responsible, and let's be conscious of our karma, and just come from a spiritual place of spiritual integrity with more compassion. Okay, Venus is starting the sextile to Neptune. It's not yet, but it's starting. 23, 26, 3 degrees away. And so Venus is now saying, like, let's have some more compassion in our relationships, okay? And the moon is with Saturn. Now Mercury is already on the 9th degree, so Mercury is breaking out of the square to Jupiter by Sunday afternoon. And then we're gonna go into Monday. And on Monday, the moon comes into conjunction with Neptune exactly at oh, I went too far. Okay, at your 12 o'clock, the moon conjunct Neptune exactly on Monday at 6:11 p.m. So moon, Pisces, Neptune, very sensitive, okay? Very sensitive new moon. Mars is on the 29th degree of Capricorn, so super edgy, and it's less than a degree, it's a degree or a bit away from Pluto. So it's kind of like, remember, it's like you might feel kind of itchy, you might feel like you want to get going. Chiron is already together with the North Node on the 16th degree. So on Monday, that wound is coming to an epic process of that Chiron North Node, which is going to be exact conjunction on the 20th of Feb. But already from Monday, they're on the same degree. They're only like 30 astrological minutes apart. So it's going to be like a sustained, all this new moon into the full moon is the process of Chiron and the North Node closing, okay? Because the full moon is going to happen on the 23rd. So it's kind of like the 20th is Chiron North Node, the 22nd is gonna be Venus and Mars conjunct in Aquarius, and the 23rd is the full moon. And so that's what you're hearing tonight. Keep it in mind for the next 2 weeks in general, okay? Because now the moon is with Neptune in Pisces, super sensitive, the end of Pisces, sensitive, emotional, for good and bad, because it could also be very psychically sensitive, very capable of having a lot of compassion, a lot of love and softness and gentleness if you're doing this right. Then you have decided on your new change in new moon in Aquarius, and the moon comes into Pisces, and with Saturn you are able to regulate yourself, to be responsible, disciplined for your emotional reactions. You own it, you don't react, you come with compassion, you come with love in service of spirit. Then the moon comes into Neptune, and you are capable of really channeling compassion and sensitivity and love, unconditional love and acceptance and caring, but also for yourself. By the way, the main highlight is for yourself, because Chiron, the North Node in Aries, is like we are really picking up on that wound now. So we are feeling very vulnerable, we are really dealing with deep insecurities, we are really dealing with our wounding. And the moon with Neptune is just very sensitive, and this is Monday evening. And at the same time, the triggers are here, because Mars is on 2916, Pluto is 042, they're a degree and a half away. And so Mars is kind of like, at the end of Capricorn, it's like, come on, I want to meet Pluto in Aquarius. I want to initiate this new future, but I'm still here in Capricorn. So Capricorn is saying to Mars, patience. Control yourself, please. The changes are coming, but you have to wait in line. I really want to get into the movie. Yes, sir, we understand that, but there's 20 people in front of you that also want to get into the cinema, so you're going to have to wait patiently in line. But the movie is starting. I understand that, but you will get there and you will see the movie. Now, can you please stay calm and don't disturb everyone else? Thank you. So that's the Mars at the end of Capricorn. As moon is with Neptune on Monday evening, Venus is on 2435, sextiling this moon Neptune. So it's kind of like, don't cheat your relationships. This is not the time to just throw everything in the air because you're having some mumble jumble with yourself, okay? This is the time to kind of really understand that whatever you're going through, it's your process, and don't project it onto other people. And if other people are projecting something onto you, then you need to know who you are, that it's not really yours, but don't give it back to them. Just hold space of compassion, caring, and understanding, spiritual understanding to it, that you don't let it affect you, but on the other hand, you don't kind of retaliate and give it back. You more like softening it up, bringing some communication, some expression, some understanding that, it's not nice, basically. And so that's about that. And then we're gonna go into Tuesday. So the moon will kick into Aries. Then moon comes into Aries on Monday late night. Moon comes into Aries, and now it's fires up. The emotional body is really fired up. And now the moon is knowing she's coming into Aries for a very sensitive and heated up process. Why? Because Chiron is together with the North Node. And Mars is now at the end of Capricorn. Mars rules Aries. So the moon comes into Aries for setting up the emotional tone, as Mars is coming to meet Pluto and the North Node comes into Chiron. So Tuesday is kind of a sensitive hot point, okay? So we're gonna go through the hours as the moon is traveling through Aries until the moment that Mars, there we go, Mars is coming to 00 Aquarius on Tuesday at 5:05 p.m. Okay, so Tuesday evening, big shift of energy. Mars comes into Aquarius, a whole new feeling. We never felt this before. Mars together with Pluto in Aquarius. It's a whole new urge, it's a whole new desire, it's a whole new kind of like initiative, and it's edgy because the moon by now, when Mars moves into Aquarius, the moon is on the 10th degree of Aries, 6 degrees away from Chiron and North Node. And so the moon is in Aries already from Monday, starting to set the emotional tone. Things are happening on the emotional body. And then on Tuesday evening, Mars moves into Aquarius, and moon will conjunct Chiron. Moon will conjunct Chiron, your 6 o'clock on 16 degree 29 minutes. when Mars is on 019 and Pluto is 045. So they're really coming in together. So this is, take this Tuesday late night, early morning of Wednesday, an emotional process of really visiting some wounds, some insecurities, and it happens as Mars comes into meeting with Pluto on the 0 Aquarius, and this is setting up that need to break free, that need to evolve, the need to initiate a change in the ego self, in the way you feel about yourself, think about yourself, in the way you do you. Aries is self, it's all about yourself. So the moon count, it's all very personalized, it's personal feelings, it's personal processes. Moon, your ego self, it's really personal, it's about you, but it's in Aquarius, which rules the world and other people. So it's kind of like other people may challenge us, other people might do things to us, some things might happen with the world might shock us, the world might do something weird. And it's up to us to just stay cool, stay flexible, just don't let ourselves react from a wounded state, but choose to heal. By taking action to heal and not to react to other people, but to act consciously with other people, what's helping us is Venus 2618 Capricorn on your 9 o'clock is now doing the sextile to Neptune 2609 Pisces. That's helping us because Neptune is bringing that divine unconditional love, spiritual guidance, spiritual kind of divine unfolding, miracles and magic and healing and compassion and caring into Venus, into our relationships, into our finance, into our health, into our feminine aspects of life. So the moon represents the feminine emotion, the moon is with Chiron, the wound, but Venus in Capricorn, she needs to regulate herself, control, and just kind of be responsible, and Neptune is helping us. Neptune is kind of saying like just be compassionate to yourself, please, be kind to yourself, please, be caring to yourself, please, because then you'll be able to extend that to others, as others may come at you or suddenly drop a bomb on you from nowhere, and that might trigger your wound that is all happening together so you could heal. Okay, so be responsible and don't come from a wounded place, come from a place of spiritual integrity, love and compassion. So that's when the moon with the Chiron, and then basically half an hour later or a bit more, then the moon will come to the north node exactly at 4:02 a.m. of Wednesday, and this is kind of like, I want to feel better, and this is happening when we are asleep in Melbourne, by the way. So in our sleep time, it's a very healing sleep. Tuesday night, very healing sleep, okay? Mars is closing in, and what else is happening? Jupiter has done that. Mercury is already on the 13 degrees of Aquarius, so Mercury is starting to interact with the moon nodes. Mercury on the 13 is starting to trine the south node and to sextile the north node. So pay attention that in the same time there's these frictions and challenges and confrontations, there's a lot of beautiful support around it. There's the sextile of Neptune to Venus, there's the trine of Mercury to the south node, the sextile of Mercury to the north node. So there is like this cuddling divine support in the background that is soothing and healing the maybe unpleasant, harsh experiences that are ultimately for the healing. Okay, so that's the moon in Aries. With that, now let's go to the next big thing, which is a massive thing, which is the Mars conjunct Pluto, which is happening exactly at on Wednesday evening. Sound healing meditation, people. This is amazing. We've got sound healing on Saturday for the new moon in Aquarius, and then we have a sound healing meditation on Wednesday 7 p.m. exactly. This is the 5:02 p.m. the sound healing is at 7. Mars conjunct Pluto on the 0046 minutes of Aquarius, and this is an evolutionary initiation. This is the urge from the root chakra. Pluto is the root chakra, Mars is the solar plexus chakra, and this is a whole new initiative of self to evolve, to transform, to move forward from the Chiron North Node that are only 23 minutes apart now in Aries, from the wounded state into a new state. This is powerful, this is intense, and it should channeled responsibly, not towards other people, but towards yourself, to push yourself to connect with people in a different way, relate to people in a different way. Yes, you can. You are not just what you think you are. You are more than what you think that you are. You are the personality that you have, the storyline that you have, everything that you are is only one version of your potential. And now that version is fading away, it's outdated, and a new version is searching to emerge and to be explored. And so this is Mars conjunct Pluto for the first time in our life in Aquarius. None of us ever felt it. We don't know what to expect, but this could be a Kundalini surge of energy. This could be an amazing encounter, a very powerful development. This could be a declaration of war in a shadow aspect. This could be explosions. Remember, this Mars Pluto, it's fully activating the Chiron North Node, which is that wounded one to be healed, but it's also fully activating Uranus, which is the ruler of Aquarius, and Uranus is in Taurus. So this could be a declaration of war, a bomb exploding, an earthquake, some natural disasters, some big events in economy, some big events in national security. Interesting thing to observe right now. Aquarius Uranus, rebellion, breaking free. You have protests of farmers in France and Germany, basically against their government, blocking roads with straw, pouring wine, digging roads, doing a lot of things in order to have changes in the way they treat their people. You have the borders in the USA, between USA and Mexico. That's very significant and fascinating, because the path of the solar eclipse we had at the end of October has passed exactly on that area of Texas and Mexico. So it's very interesting to see what they say is the eclipse always, the path of eclipse is indicating where the main things will happen. And also the eclipses we're going to have at the end of March, April now this year, also gonna pass through that region of Texas, Mexico. So it's interesting to keep on watching what's unfolding there. Thank you, Simon. Sending you love. I'm also wrapping it up in the next 10 minutes, wrap up. And so very powerful initiation that is triggering Uranus, kind of revolution in our physical existence, in our relationships, in our finance. Very powerful. And at the same time, Mercury 1424 is closing on the trine to the south node and the sextile to the north node. What else is happening here? Look, there's a lot of sextiles here, you see? It's kind of like Venus sextile, the moon. The moon is with Aries. Wow. When Pluto conjunct Mars, the moon is with Aries, which is the sister of Mars. And Aries is that goddess of rebellion, discord. She's that femme fatale. She doesn't give a shit about what other people say or do. She will protest and march for justice, for equality, especially for children and genders and all these things. So the moon in Aries, very heated up emotional body in a rebellious way with Aries. As Mars conjunct Pluto in Aquarius, Wednesday is an explosive, powerful day. Sound healing is going to be awesome. If you're going to take it to the sound healing exactly. Here we are, 8 p.m. in sound healing. Moon is in Aries. Feeling it. Mars is with Pluto. Venus 27 Capricorn. It's all, and look, all the planets basically, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, all the planets are here within 120 degrees. This is also very bombastic. There's a lot going on here. So, and Saturn moves to the 8 degrees on Wednesday evening. So now Saturn is living out of shadow, and whatever you initiated in June of 2023 is now finally developing and progressing. That's another good thing. It's like now we move into a new territory, and Saturn is going to travel all the way to the 17 degree of Pisces, I think, and then come back. So this is Wednesday, and we'll finish with Thursday. The moon comes into Taurus on Thursday, and on Thursday at 5:31 p.m. Moon conjunct Jupiter in Taurus. We're gonna feel it, embody it. Jupiter is this blessing, this kind of good fortune. Mars is moving off Pluto, still there, but Venus is now closing in on Pluto. Now, the cool thing, to give you a bit heads up to the future, in a week and a half from now, Mars conjunct Pluto on Wednesday night, then Venus is, I'm gonna come back to this, Venus is gonna conjunct Pluto on Saturday, next Saturday, on the 17th of February, Venus conjunct Pluto, and then Venus and Mars are conjunct together on Thursday the 22nd in Aquarius, and that's going to be amazing. So by the 22nd of February, we have already done the conjunction of Chiron in the North Node 2 days before. It's still happening, but it's 2 days before. Mars will pass through Pluto, Venus passed through Pluto, then Mercury is ending Aquarius, and Venus and Mars coming together as we're preparing for the full moon, basically. And then the full moon comes the day after, on the 24th. So there's a lot of good things to one more thing I want to show you is the 3D just before we ended. Let me take you into the 3D. Here it is. So this is how it looks like in the heavens right now. And so what you can see here is Pluto, here is the Earth, and here is Mars coming in. So here is Mars, Pluto from the Earth point of view. You see how close it is? Venus, Mars, Pluto. And then as we go, here is Venus, Pluto. And then as we go, here is Venus, Mars. So this is what's happening over the next 2 weeks, but it's fascinating to see it, how, although we're talking degrees on the chart, in the cosmos, it's all together. So as I'm going back, here it is. Here it is. Here we are now. Today we are on the 8th. Okay, so here we are now. Here is Pluto. And here's Mercury. Here is Mars. Here is Venus. They're already kind of together. But then we're moving. And here is the Pluto, Mars, Earth. And then, oops, what just happened? No. Okay, back. Here we are. Okay, so here we go. That's Mars, Pluto. Then here is Venus, Pluto. And then here is Venus conjunct Mars. Okay, so there's a big process happening here between the feminine and the masculine, which South Node in Libra ruled by Venus. This is cool, right? Because on top of that, realize South Node in Libra ruled by Venus, North Node in Aries ruled by Mars. And as all this is happening, Chiron comes with the North Node to heal the wounded masculine, right? As Venus needs to let go of the way she used to do things. And this is all happening while Chiron and the North Node are doing their thing. Mars, where the North Node is, come to Pluto for evolution. Venus, which ruled the South Node, comes into Pluto for evolution. And then Venus and Mars come together for a whole new vibration, a whole new cycle of 2 years. So that's fascinating by itself. And if we go back to right now, and we take it to Saturday, and here is the new moon. Here is the moon, here is the Earth, here is the sun. So this is the new moon, and here is Uranus. So you can see how if you draw a line, Uranus to the Earth and the moon, 90 degrees to the sun. That's the square, okay? So from the Earth point of view, that's the square. So that's very, very cool. Very, very cool. What else? You can also see how Jupiter conjunct Uranus is starting to close in. So as we move forward, we'll come to April. Here is the Jupiter Uranus, okay? Uranus, Jupiter, Earth. That comes in April. So we're only 2 months away, but you can see how here is February, here is April. So on the chart, there's still a path to go, but in the cosmos, it's already happening, okay? So yeah, very, very cool how it looks from the 3D. And that's what I've got for you today. So thank you all for being here with me, for your love, for your presence. It was good to have you here with me again. And, I wish everyone to have a great new moon, happy new moon in Aquarius, of new beginnings, of exciting developments, of, meeting new people and allowing yourself to experience new people and new experiences and being flexible and being open. And when sudden shocking surprises things visit you, be flexible, be mature, be responsible, don't react from a wounded state, but act in a new way, relate in a new way, allow yourself to change and embrace the transformation. And our soul healing is our ultimate goal this month. Our main focus is us healing and no longer doing us in the same way of the past based on the wound. No more. It's time for a whole new way. So thank you all. Thank you for the Patreon subscribers. Please press like and subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Press like on this movie. It will help me. Join our Patreon community, Healing Delight, patreon.com/healingdelight. Come and support me. We'd love to have you part of our community. The sound healing meditation for the new moon will be posted to the community on Saturday evening after I record it. If you want to come to sound healing on Saturday new moon at 3 p.m, join us. There's a few places left. Then Wednesday 7 p.m, Mars conjunct Pluto. Super powerful initiation of evolution. So 2 amazing options for you to join for the sound healing meditations. If you need healing sessions, come and see me. It will be my pleasure. Crypto family, get ready, pack your bags, we're about to take off. Patience is coming, but yes, this is the time to do shopping, basically, not a financial advice. Most important thing is to have Bitcoin more than anything else. And that's it, just keep on being the agent of love and light to the world. And I think I've said it all. So thank you all. Have a great new moon. And I'll see you next time. Lots of love. Bye. Peace, love, happiness, joy as always. Let's go. Innovate, break free, revolutionize, meet new people. Let's go.